Hey, this is Dustin with Boomers Outdoors, and if you've watched any of my videos, you know I like to search the internet to see if I can find great deals on budget backpacking gear. So around the first of the year, I was looking on Amazon and I found a tent by a company named Lux Tempo, which is a Chinese company, and I looked at a tent they had. It was a 3.3 pound one-person tent, and I really liked the design of the tent, so I said, what the heck, and I went and bought it. Took it out, did a review on it, used it, and it had some major problems. Of course, it was only $89, but I asked myself the question, can you get a good one-person backpacking tent for $89? One that is made by a name brand Chinese company, that has a warranty on it, that actually is much bigger than most of your one-person backpacking tents, that still weighs the same amount, or even less. And the answer is yes. And that is the Cloud Up 1 by Naturehike. The Cloud Up series comes in a 1-person, 2-person, and 3-person. And it comes in 2 different versions. It comes in a polyester version, which the 1-person polyester version weighs 3.8 pounds, the same as the Lux Tempo. This is actually a 20 denier nylon version. It weighs 3.3 pounds total. And if you take the footprint, the extra stakes, and a couple of the guy ropes off, you can get this down to 2.6 pounds. So stay with me and I'm gonna break this thing down and show you that you can get a really good budget backpacking tent for $89. So what do you get with the Cloud Up 1 tent? Get a nice stuffed sack to carry it in. You get the footprint made specifically for the tent. You get 12 aluminum stakes, and these are substantially heavier. You can tell right off the bat, there's 12 of these. They are substantially thicker than the ones with the Lux Tempo tent. These are much thicker, and you get 3 nice guy out ropes that come with it. You get the poles. These are 7001 aluminum poles. These are really nice poles right here. And then you get the tent body and the fly. And this is 20 denier nylon. So let's get this thing set up and take a look at it and see what it looks like. So this is the tent assembled without the fly. And as you can see, it does have a front entrance door instead of a side. It is all one pole, which I forgot to mention that. And it really is not completely freestanding, although really you could use it completely freestanding. The 2 bottom corners do need to be staked out to pull them out. You can see it opens them up when you stake them out, but you could actually use it without staking it out. You would just have the bottom of the tent, the body of the tent laying on top of your sleeping bag, a little bit on the sides. It does have guy out points on the side of the body, and that's because there are cords that hook right here off of the fly that actually pull the sides out and give you more room on the sides. So we'll see that in a minute when we open it up. It does have quite a bit of mesh. It's probably 2/3 mesh, so it should have really good ventilation. But let's get inside it and just see how big this tent is inside. So here's the real beauty of this tent, or the dimensions inside. It's 43 inches at the top, 30 inches at the bottom. I measured it from the very end to the top at 88 inches. So it's considerably longer, considerably wider. Even though it goes into one point, it's still, the only thing really touching is your shoulders are not touching, your head's touching a little bit on the sides, but when you pull these sides out, that gives you even more room. This thing has substantial room in it. So let's get the fly on it and take a look at it with the fly. Nice Velcro there. That is a heavy duty zipper. to say the least. Okay, so this really is almost a 1.5 person tent. This thing has got some room in it. If I lay down on one side, all the way to the side, I've got some room over there. And this is not all the way to the side. This has still got some room over here. You've got enough room in here to actually put your backpack in here. You actually have 2 pockets up here, side pockets, which is really nice. This is very spacious inside. This is really nice. The vestibule is nice. It gives you enough room to put your backpack out there if you want to put it out there, but you've got enough room in here to even put a lot of your gear in here. This is really spacious for a 1-person backpacking tent. And you can just tell the quality. The mesh on this is much, much better. The ripstop nylon fabric is much better. The zippers are Y2K zippers. Everything on this tent is substantially better than that cheaper Chinese tent that I bought. You know, the truth is, a lot of what we purchase is made in China. In fact, the majority of probably what we purchase in the United States is made in China. I'll talk about that in just a second. Let me get out of here and I'll go over the pros and cons of this. And then I'll wax eloquently for a few minutes about China. So what are the pros and cons on this tent, this Cloud Up tent? Well, the pros are many. First of all is the price. If you get the polyester version, it's $89.99, 3.8 pounds. If you get rid of the footprint and the extra stakes and the guy ropes, you can get it down to 3.3. If you get the sil-nylon version, which this is, it's normally $119. I found it on sale for $109. It weighs 3.3 pounds. If you get rid of the footprint, the extra stakes and the guy ropes, it gets it down to 2.6 pounds. And that's pretty lightweight. That's not ultralight, but that's pretty lightweight, 2.6 pounds. So that's really good. The size of this tent, 43 inches in the front, 30 inches at the foot, 88 inches long. That's really good. Most of your 1-person backpacking tents I've looked at are about 36 or 38 inches wide. This is almost like a 1.5 person tent, which is really good. The quality of the workmanship. This is 20 denier nylon, sil-nylon. It's really good. No loose hanging threads. The seams are taped impeccably. The workmanship on this tent is really good. And it's made by Naturehike, which is a reputable Chinese company. They give a 1-year warranty on this tent. Now you say, well, a 1-year warranty, that's not that great. Well, usually if you get a lifetime warranty on a tent, you're going to pay substantially more. Now you can find lighter weight tents than this, 1-person backpacking tents, but you're usually going to pay a whole lot more than that. You can find cheaper than this, but you're liable to get a piece of junk, or if you do get a good 1-person backpacking tent that's cheaper than this, they're usually going to be smaller and they're going to weigh a lot more because they're going to be made usually of all polyester and they're going to weigh about 4 pounds or more. So this tent has some great pros to it. So what are the real cons on this tent? Well, you could say the weight if you wanted to nitpick. But the truth is there's really only one big con that I see with this tent, and that is it's made in China. Now, I don't have a problem with the Chinese people. I think the Chinese people are wonderful people, like most people around the world, but their government is a communist government, and it's repressive. And so if I had my way, we as the United States would buy virtually nothing from China. But the truth is, most of what we buy today in America is made in China. In fact, most of the stuff you buy from American-owned companies, you'll find that those items, backpacking gear, camping gear, it's made in China. I've bought several items from American companies only to look at the box and see it was made in China. So the truth is, a lot of stuff that we buy is made in China. In fact, I was in a restaurant chain that's in the southeastern United States around Christmas. They also have a gift store connected with the restaurant. You probably know who I'm talking about. And I started looking at all the Christmas stuff. All of it that I looked at was made in China, including the John Deere baseball caps. So the truth is, folks, unless you buy from a company that you know it's made in America, or it's a cottage company, it's probably made in China. Most of the stuff I bought from Naturehike, well, all of the stuff that I bought from Naturehike has been really good quality. I know that all their stuff is not perfect, but they stand behind it and they have a warranty on it. So if you're looking for a budget backpacking tent, the Naturehike tent, Cloud Up 1, is a really good option for a 1-person tent. Hey, I want to thank you for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe button and leave comments about what you think about Naturehike and Chinese companies.